collectors today need to consider. Pressing and dry cleaning comics. If you have a collection that at some point you're likely going to sell, you want to maximize the value of your collection. And the only way to do that is to have it properly pressed and cleaned. In some cases, have some conservation services done. And then, of course, having it graded by a third-party company. That will take all the guesswork out of the book, should you go to sell it down the road. The Comic Doctor has obviously over the last 15 years been able to help a lot of collectors take their collectibles, their comic book collection, books they've had since the 60s or 70s or 80s, catalog them, improve them, encapsulate them. I think the most humbling thing about being the Comic Doctor is that people actually entrust their precious collectibles with me. The main part of my business is giving people peace of mind, knowing that yes, you're going to drop your books off to me, and guess what? You're going to get them back. Well, hello, long time no see. Hey guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor back again. I figured since the whole setup was here, I'm going to do some show and tell, and I'm going to show off some books that have come back from CGC. We have a box of magazines and a box of comic books. And you know what? I'm even going to share with you some Pokemon cards. What? Yeah, actually quite a bit came back. Some were already picked up, and so I don't have a heck of a lot to share with you, but you know, that's okay because I really don't know much about Pokemon cards. But for those that do, maybe you'll get a kick out of these are Carlos. We've got a Pokemon Rayquaza right there. And then we have a Pokemon Mewtwo EX right there. We'll kind of do this until we get to the comics and magazines. Wait a second. Is it a mirror image right now? 1 second. Let me fix this. I think it was a mirror image. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Camera. There we go. Does that look better now? There you go. Now that's it. That's proper. Okay. There's that one and this one. And again, those are Carlos Pokemon cards. Carlos funny. He's like me. He's like, I know nothing about this stuff, but I'm going to submit them. And so he did. Next we have Chad's book. I keep saying books, guys, my Lord. Chad's Pokemon cards. Here we go. I don't want to break the elastics. I need it. Okay, we have a Dark Vaporeon Legendary Call or whatever it's called. There we go. Anyways, there you go. That's a pretty one in a 7-0, all glistening and such. And then we got a Pikachu. I know that character. Actually, there's a whole bunch of them. We got two of them here. One's in a 9, 2 9s. And then two more. And these are also one's an 8. Oh, 8 here, and then the 9 is right there. So that's that. I've got a stack going off to PSA as well, too, guys. Yeah, it's kind of been figured out now. And again, I want to say thanks everybody who was patient with us for the first few submissions of these. It was really hairy trying to figure out what's what. It was my intention, again, I said in the past, to try to bypass PSA Canada, go straight to PSA in the States, only to speed things along. In the end, it didn't speed anything up, and it cost a hell of a lot more. So, you know what? I tried. If you don't try, you don't succeed. So anyways, that's done. If you have any Pokemon cards you'd like us to look at and then send off to PSA, we are doing that. So, hey, you know what? The website's up and running. I'm sure if you were here just a few moments ago, Adnan from Pixel Paper Creatives was here talking about our new website, and he kind of went through the whole thing with us, and you can go on over there now and check it out. And if you go to the website now and submit and enter your to create an account and do your first submission, you can get 20% off right here. I feel like dancing after that. Yeah. And you know what? During that last stream was kind of good because we had people asking questions like, Kevin, what about pre-screen? You know what? We don't have anything really for pre-screen. And John, who was watching earlier, said, well, I've got kind of pre-screen books and non-pre-screen books. And I said, well, that's okay. If you have non-pre-screen books, you can go ahead and fill out. If you know which books you want to get worked on, Bob's your uncle. It's when you don't know what books you want to work on, or if you require a pre-screen, that's where the website doesn't really work out, because it basically it's a full POS. It's a point of sale. Basically, you put in what you want, and you submit it, and you pay for it, and all you got to do is pack it up and drop it off or ship it to us. And because if you require a pre-screen, that will require a little more. If you're long distance, what you would do then is you'd reach out to, using the contact form, and someone from the shop will get back to you and arrange a pre-screen with you, so you can talk about the comics you have, and then you can figure out exactly what you want. And you know what? For a lot of people, that's very, very important. If you've been collecting for a long time and you've been in the game in recent years, you probably know which comics are worth having done, which comic books are worth having being pressed and cleaned, and then perhaps even graded. And but if you've been out of it for many years, you might not know. And so you really want to talk to somebody to figure out exactly whether or not it's a good thing. First and foremost, though, the website is there for pressing, cleaning, and conservation. CGC, PSA are add-ons if you want it. And you don't have to do that, by the way. You can just submit your stuff for pressing and cleaning, and that's it. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. I don't want to do more of that. Okay, let's start with the first batch of books. The first batch of books are vintage Playboy magazines. And so this all belongs to one owner. And here we go. We got a 9.2 copy of from 2007, Kim Kardashian. So obviously a pretty popular book with Kim Kardashian on the front cover. Man, these things weigh a ton. Woo! Behave yourselves. Then we have from 2006, we got Jessica Alba. Miss Fantastic right there. Sue Storm right there at a 9.4. These took a while. CGC has increased their turnaround time for magazines. And so even if they arrived there and the turnaround time was 35 days, if after 2 weeks of magazines being there, they up the turnaround time, well, if your magazines happen to be there, then even though you sent them and it was 35 business days, it's going to then jump to the 75 business days. We have a 2005 Marilyn Monroe cover, and 9.6 is a really lovely cover. Anybody here going to the Toronto Comic Book Show this week? Oh, we got some comments here. Oh my goodness. Hey, Louis Mendoza, how are you, buddy? Luke's here as well. How are you, Luke? Good to see you. Joy Lane, how are you? Hey, Joy, you know what? One of those ASM 300s from last week was yours. I finally got around to sorting them. It was a 9.0, your ASM 300, in case you're wondering. Ray Quaza. Okay, making fun of me. Thanks a lot, Stephen. Appreciate it. I don't know. Red B, how are you? Kaylin, how are you? Everyone's making fun of me. Okay, look, that Rayquaza is the secret rare, right? You're asking me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna know. I don't understand this stuff. My nephew tries to explain it to me. I don't know. I just don't know. Kevin. Okay, Steven says, hi, Kevin. I was away, but I saw you did a website stream. I'll definitely check the VOD. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and again, guys, it's a new website. You know, I'm sure there's going to be glitches in there. If you think if you experience the website and like, I don't like this, or you really like something, please drop us a line and let us know. Because if this is when we'll think we can still tweak it and fix it. And I'm going to do something with pre-screen because not everybody does pre-screen, but quite a few of you do, and so we have to take that into consideration. Kaboom! How are you, Kaboom Club? Good to see you. How much work on cards? How much to work on? It's as low as $12 each, and it goes up from there. But it doesn't go crazy, And again, if you guys are watching, Kurt's Card Care and all those guys on Instagram, and on YouTube doing very, very aggressive card, if you want to call it conservation. We don't get into all that. We just don't. We're not saturating the cards and doing crazy resto work on the cards. And PSA is very sticky about that sort of stuff too, right? The card grading companies are extremely sticky about that sort of stuff. So you got to be very, very careful. And we try to veer away from it. Now, again, we will do what the clients ask us to do. If a client asks us to do something and we don't want to do it, but they insist on us doing it, we'll do it, just so long as they realize the risks involved, by doing it. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, if you go to the website there, Kaboom, you can look up, everything's all laid out there now. So go check it out. VJ, Colin, how are you? Doc, what did I miss? The new system. Yeah, but not this is the unboxing right now. So you're all good. Luke says PSA is increasing their price. They already did. It's done. It's already done. Happy, no notice. We're doing it tomorrow. So there you go. It's that kind of stuff really frustrates me. I don't care. I'm going to come up again. I talked about reasons why I don't, things I hate about third-party grading companies, stuff like that. Again, I mentioned CGC charge that extra $4 USD per shipment. Even if I'm using my own FedEx account, it used to be just they would use my own FedEx account. Now, for the luxury of using my own FedEx account, they're charging $4 per tier, not per order, per tier. So if you have 4 tiers in your order, that's $16 US extra they're going to charge. I phoned them. I said, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you guys charging this?" And the guy on the phone, he was kind of cute. He's like, he's looking it up. He's like, paper. I hear papers kind of fluttering. It's just a service charge. It's a service charge. You know what that means? Service charge, money grab, whatever you want to call it. Anyways. So, who ends up paying for that? You guys end up paying for that. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? I don't want to charge that. But the real frustrating thing about that is they didn't let anybody know. I said, well, where was my email giving me at least 3-4 weeks notice that this was going to happen? Because it just appeared one day on Napur is doing all the paperwork. And, oh, Kevin, what's this $4? And I had no idea. I didn't know about it. Would have been nice to know that because I'd already charged people. So now I have about 30 invoices. I have to go back, and not that I want to, guys, I have to charge people. I have to charge people these fees. If it's just $4, if it's one tier, I probably won't. I'll be a nice guy and eat that. But if it's like over one, I have no choice. I have to charge you guys. But it would have been nice to have been given some notice so that I could have put it in the system and planned for it. That sort of thing's irritating. And PSA, you guys should have given dealers notice as well too, but they didn't. Anyways, not that I know of. Anyways, the price went up. Kind of what Luke just told me. Oh, that's great. Would have been nice to know that. Anyways, I don't understand it. I will have a look. I'll have a look. Okay. Thank you. We should all just submit a bunch of cards of the most random Pokemon and see if Kevin can print it. No, stop that. I have a hard enough time. My nephew's always laughing at me and my son. I didn't see the 20% off. You don't have to. It's automatic. It's already done. So the 20% it's there. It's in there. It's already done. That is one thing I would like to see. Where'd my phone go off? Oh, there it is. Someone's calling me. Hold on. Oh, it's my wife. Hello. Hi. I'm on a live stream right now, and you're on there with us.
Oh my gosh, I'm a celebrity. Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. She's supposed to do these streams for me, and she hasn't come on here and done one of them yet. Anyways, yeah, so the 20%'s already been, but it's already done. Once the 21st comes, that 20%'s gone and it goes back to normal. So it's already there. But as I was saying, that's one thing I asked Adnan if we could add is to show the breakdown of I know it's maybe a little more work for him, but I would like to see all the breakdown as you go along. That's not quite there, but we'll see. Anyways, it's getting there. It's getting there. Just a Playboy takes longer for them to really. I'm going to stop there. I could go on there and make all kinds of jokes. I'm not going to. Oh, come on. I'm not going to go there either. Mike, I got to send you that thing. I told myself 3 times to do it. I still haven't done it. I'm going to do it today. Kaylin, I'm going to the show. Good. I'll see you there. Trevor, come on. You too. I haven't seen you in a long time. And yeah, you see me twice. Luke, we'll be doing the shows this year for I probably will be involved in some way, shape, or form. Just don't know yet. It depends on my health too. Again, I'm kind of still battling some things, and just the thought of traveling to Montreal or traveling to Fan Expo and doing that is a lot of work. And I kind of liked it the way I did it last year, and using joining forces with Carlos at Gotham Central. That was pretty handy. But we'll see. I'm not opposed. I wish I could do Fan Expo for 3 days and that's it. But geez, man, it's such a long week, and I'm old. I know I'm not that old, but it does take a lot out of you. We'll see. I'll know soon enough. Happy Wednesday, Canada Comic Guy. PSA and CGC AA rankings are common if you do resto work. It is. And what Kaylin's talking about, he's talking about them. If they see any kind of funny business on your cards, they'll grade them, but they won't assign a grade. Actually, that's not true. CGC will encapsulate them, but they won't assign a grade, and PSA will just return it, and they will not do that. Thanks, Keith. Okay, let's keep going. We got lots of magazines here. I think it was 25 Playboys. So we had a 9.6. This is a 9.4. We had a 9.6. Mike and you had a couple of really good, funny comments there. We have a 9.4 copy of with the Girls Next Door, Jamie Foxx interview, Madison, Marquardt, and Wilkinson cover. I don't know who these people are, but there they are in a 9.4. I can tell you how incredibly difficult it is to get 9.8s on these magazines. Similar to card covered comic books, when you get a finger dent in there, you sometimes have color loss, but even worse is you have pinched fibers in the paper. So it's a thicker card stock that covers on these. Now the older Playboys from like the 60s and the late 50s are a little more forgiving, but these later ones, the glossy covers, the card stock, once it's pinched, it's very, very difficult. We have also a 9.2 Anna Nicole and a 9.2. These are great covers. So far we've been over 9 on, I believe, all of them. I don't even know if we got any 9.8s. We got any 9.8s? I'm not seeing any. We have Vanna White. This is a lower grade one, but it's a very famous cover though. 1987 Vanna White and a 6.5. That's a not bad looking copy, actually. We have also another Anna Nicole, I think it is. Is it Anna Nicole? Yeah, and a 9.4. John Sherwood's back. Right in time, John. Right in time. Authentic alterations, that they call it. We also have Kim Stanfield. Pamela Anderson cover. Pamela Anderson covers are some of the more popular ones in a 7.5 here. Very popular. Pam Anderson ones tend to fly off the shelf when they do come in. We have another one of the same copy, and this one's in an 8.5. Her gun is like pink too. It's pretty cool. And then another Pam Anderson here. This is a popular Pamela Anderson one. This is the first Pamela Anderson cover in a 9.4. And then another Pamela Anderson first cover in a 9 point. So 2 in the 9.4. Then we have Jessica Rabbit. I think. Is that what the Pia Riaz centerfold, Laura Richmond cover as Jessica Rabbit, I believe. Am I wrong or am I right with that one? Is that a focus? There you go, guys. And what year is that? That's 1988. That's about the right time. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now, guys? Doesn't sound very good, though, I bet. Let me just check my my levels here. Does it sound good like this, at this level? Can you hear me? Okay, let me just make sure the levels on this thing are okay. One sec. This mic just died. This other mic here just died on me. Stupid thing. Okay, one sec. Let me just fix my sound. Where's my control panel? Holy cow, this is my new system here. There it is. Okay. Audio. Sound. Here we go. Okay. Test. Test. Hello. Okay, there it is. Okay. How's that sound, guys? Does that sound all right? Can you hear me okay? Is that sufficient? Can you hear me okay? Sorry about that. Hey, at least I have a backup when that happens now. All right, so with the Pamela Anderson from 2004, right there. And then we have the last Pamela Anderson, which is from 1994, right there. That's a cool cover too. So mostly, 9.2 to 9.4, 9.6, not 1.98, which is kind of a shame. This is really tickling me. Here. I need a lapel. Anyways, a little quiet. Yeah, I know it's a bit quiet. I did turn it up, but for some reason it didn't want to be higher. Let's see. Echo. I can't really do much more about that. Okay, I'll try to talk a little bit. Oh. Here, is that better? How's that? I just put the volume up. Doc's wife stopping the It should be better now. I just turned the volume up again. Hopefully it's not distorted. Okay. Moving into comic books, my friends. And then that's it for today. I still have another 4 boxes I got to go through, guys. So we'll be back here again probably, maybe if I have time, maybe tomorrow. So we started off with a book that you rarely see in a 9.8. To be honest, it's a Spider-Man 375. 9.8. Again, with these guys, with a thick cover, when they get a dent in them, not good. We got a Mark Spears book. Monster and the Wolf, #1, glow-in-the-dark cover. Right there. In a 9.8. We've got an X-Men #6 in a 7.5. Okay. We have a 9.4 copy of Amazing Spider-Man, sorry, Secret Wars 8. And weighing. And what's her significance? We have another Mark Spears. No, we don't. We don't have a Mark Spears. We have a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, TMNT3, #1, Santa Lucio variant cover in a 9.8. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, #34 in a 9.8. We got a Catwoman #1, 51, sorry, in a 9.6. We have an 8.5 copy, newsstand copy of this 316. Todd McFarlane signature in an 8.5. And then we have a 9.4 copy of Spider-Man ASM #1 in a 9.4. We got a 9.2 copy of Ultimate Fallout 4. This might have been a CPR, I think. This might have been went from a 9.4 to a 9.2, which really stinks. We opened this one up and we noticed sometimes you don't see everything through the plastic, right? Until you open it up, then you see it. And there was a bit of a bend. I can even now it's hard to see unless you flash a light on it a certain way. Anyways, 9.2. Come on. There we go. Got some Silver Age here, I think. What we got? We got X-Men #94. Nice copy of X-Men '94 in a 9.0. Oh, okay. Eddie Brock's ex-wife becomes She-Venom. Gotcha. Definitely going to get some magazines ready for you. Thanks, Hectech. And I feel bad. Yours is right back there. It's never going there. I just got to get it to you. Try to fill the form out now, though, Hector, and then you can get the 20% off if you want in the pressing. You know, there's always going to be. I always have some kind of sale. Not always going on, but there's always have some kind of promotion going on. But 20% is pretty good for us. We don't usually go that aggressive. Amazing Spider-Man 16 and a 4.5. Nice. And then we got a Captain America. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys are going to like this one. Captain America, #9 from 1941. You ready? Boom. Look at that cover on that. At 2.5. What a stunner. Lee Binder, Simon and Kirby stories. Al Avison and Charles Nicholas art, Joe Simon and Jack Kirby cover and art. Nothing wrong with that. Now, who wouldn't want that in their collection, right? Sweet. That's an early one, boy. That's an early one. Hurricane and Father Time backup stories. Very cool. Very, very cool. We have a Daredevil 168 in a 9.2. It's a direct copy. Nice copy of Amazing Spider-Man 14, first appearance of the Green Goblin in a 6.0. Nothing wrong with that. A nice copy as well. Time for some more Goldens. We got from 1940, Superman number 7 in a 3.5. We've got an ASM number 5 and a 4.5. Dr. Doom. Hey, Doc, when did artists start charging for autographs? I used to get them for free in 2010. Gee, I wonder when that happened. I was talking to a client today. Actually, no, sorry. A gentleman phoned me yesterday and talked about how he had a, no, it's actually, yeah, okay. It was a client who had a Stan Lee signed first Prowler. And he said, I sent it to Stan Lee's office back in like the 80s, and he signed that and several other items and shipped them back. You know, and there was a time, you know, fee $96.90 when you could send your postcards or whatever, or your photos or requests to celebrities, artists, whoever, and within a few weeks or months, you would probably get a little, you know, knock at the door, and the postman would hand you a little, you know, envelope, and inside would be an 8x10 or a 5x7 signed by your favorite actor or actress. And if you went to a comics show or whatever, yeah, they would sign them for free. Yeah, those days are pretty much gone. The only time I saw artists doing this is if they are hosting their own event. Usually, most recently for me, I did the Raid Studio had an event about a year and a half ago, where all the artists there were signing their stuff for free. Basically, they're selling their books, and if you bought their books, they sign them for free. You know, Jim Zub, Ramon Perez, and many other guys that were there, and yeah. But generally speaking, those days are pretty much done. You know, you have these celebrity, you know, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, J. Scott Campbell. Even Chris Claremont, even in a way, has become, you know, as an old timer celebrity artist, not artist, but writer. And yeah, what can I tell you, man? It's just the way things have gone. It's too bad. It's too bad. Times have changed. Love of those Golden Age covers fill up the home. Yeah, that Captain America. Look at this thing. This is the slab of the night so far, in my opinion, guys. I just freaking look at that. Just stunning. Yeah, and this is a Silver Age slab. Like this fits Silver Age books as well, but the Golden Age just fills that sucker right up. It does look quite good. It doesn't look like it's being damaged or anything in there. Yeah, very cool, very nice. Anyways, there you go. In the backs right there. Very cool. Vibrant colors. Whoops. Originally, they charged for autographs because the artists' writers had no pensions. Then when conventions got bigger, they became free, and now they charge again. And what's really stinky is and I noticed this at Fan Expo, not the year before last, was that, you know, and who was here that year? Who was the big? Silvestri was here, I think. And oh, you want me to sign your comic? No problem. It's 25. Oh, you're having it graded? It's double. Right. So as soon as you go to grade your book, they double the fee. Trevor knows what I'm talking about, right, Trevor? And that's really unfortunate. And I understand why they're doing that. I don't think it's kind of ethical, because just because I'm getting it graded doesn't mean I'm going to sell it. You know what I mean? A lot of guys just want to have their books slabbed, and they want to have it authenticated for their collection. So, and for me, I think, okay, look, everybody wants to make a buck, and I get it, but I think of the people, I think of the collectors that go to Fan Expo, and I see, the cost to buy tickets to go to Fan Expo, to actually get into Fan Expo. And if you're driving there, the cost to drive there, to park is like 45, 50 bucks to get a parking spot. Costs you, 80 bucks to get in. If you're bringing your family, it's going to cost you well over that. The food is extra expensive. Everything, it's a very expensive event. And so, if your fans are waiting in line for an hour to get a signature, and I come up to you, I'm like, here's my $20 for a signature. And then you go, oh, you're getting it graded? That's $20 more. I don't know. I have a problem with that personally, but hey, what can I tell you? Yeah, Luke says they always ask if you're going to get it graded when you get inside with the window bag. Yep. Trevor says the same thing. Luke says, also there's a premium tier for different items getting signed. Yeah, if you're getting, a Funko Pop signed, or a poster signed, or, what I think is crappy too is when they say, oh yeah, you get a picture, you're going to charge you 20 bucks for a selfie using your phone. At least with Stan Lee, when I went and met Stan Lee, I got the picture right over there. You walk in, you pay, it was 120 bucks, I think it was. And me, my wife, my two kids, huddled in close to Mr. Lee, and then they took the picture. You waited, and they actually emailed you a nice, I think they actually gave us a copy. They gave us an actual copy of the picture, and then they emailed you a proof, so you can get more copies done if you wanted to. They're not going to do that anymore. Now it's like, take your phone out, take a picture. The phone quality is usually pretty shitty, to be honest. But anyway, Fee, I agree with you 100%. Hey, Doc, do you guys remove tape from spines? No, and I'll tell you why. You usually to remove adhesives from the spines. Now, okay, hold on. If the tape is on its last legs and it's already coming off, it just needs a little bit of nudging. Yeah, we can usually get the tape off for you. Sometimes it just falls off on its own, or it just needs peels off very carefully. But if you've got tape that's like thoroughly affixed to the comic book, I don't, because usually it requires some sort of mineral spirits or some kind of chemicals to get it off, and I don't have the proper ventilation for that. Even for getting rid of certain kinds of stains and such, some of these guys use like I don't want to say like thinners and things, and I don't get into that. It's too toxic. I don't want to get into that sort of thing. Not yet. Maybe one day I will. Right now I'm not. We're working on, if you guys followed us on Instagram, you saw Napur's starting to work on leaf casting, and we'll probably be up and running in about a month or so. Very excited about that. Not many people offer it, especially in Canada, for comics anyways. And one step further, we also want to do like 11 by 17. You can do concert posters, and with those we could probably do color touching, because it's acceptable with posters, and we want to get into that as well too. So a lot of fun stuff. We want to really focus on the concert. Again, back to the website. I'll bring it back up. The website really focuses on the fact that we are doing conservation work. That's our main business. The CGC, the PSA, the grading, it's secondary. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that. The amount of work and energy it takes for all of us involved. But yeah, anyways, let's keep going here. I think the resellers, they would lug cases for artists. Yeah, well, in that case, what are you going to do? Some people like Scott Snyder will charge more for certain books. In this case, yeah, for 880. I've seen that as well too. Joy Lane, 5 years ago when I went to Montreal Comic Con, what happened? I met Kevin Eastman. He charged for signatures if you had more than one item, but he would give you a free one. Kevin Eastman seemed pretty cool when I met him actually in London a couple of years back. Almost all athletes charge more depending on what on items they sign. I don't understand these guys though. I mean, again, I don't understand the pace how these guys are being paid. Like when the Lord of the Rings guys go to Fan Expo, who's paying them to be there? Are they getting paid to be there? I'm assuming that their flights are obviously covered and their hotel is covered and they got food stipends and whatever, and then they get a base pay. I would assume. That's why I can't understand how come, I guess I don't know where's that money going? The money, the cash money they're making. Where's that money going? Is it going to Fan Expo? Is it going to their handler? Is it going to them? I don't understand that. Again, that's why I have a real problem, especially with like Michael J. Fox or Chris any of the Mark Hamill, any of these guys, Rosario Dawson. Where's that cash they're making from the fans going? If they're getting a base salary for being there or an appearance fee, it kind of gives me a bad taste in my mouth to think that they're going to charge people $70, $120 per person for a signature. And then I'm thinking, you guys are millionaires. The only way I'd be okay with that is if they said that every penny we're going to take above and beyond my appearance fee is going to charity, is going to this back to the city, is going to artists, comic book art, whatever. I think I've talked about this before, but if it doesn't say that, then yeah, I wouldn't. I don't like that. But who am I to say? You know what? People are going to try to make money any way they can. I guess even millionaires want to make more. I double checked the items on the edit page before checkout. The math isn't. Oh, that's not good. What math is it? What math is it mathing? Sathari, jump on Facebook after. Let's have a quick little conversation. I want to make sure that I'm going to get Adnan on the phone. Let's get this show on the road. We got to make sure that math is mathing. Okay. We have oh my Lord. These I think this is a Steven book. I think this is a Steven book. X-Men number 3. Look at this, guys. You ready? What do you think? X-Men number 3. What's the grade? What's the grade? What do you think? I don't want to show off the grade there. Luke says it's a 9. Is it a 9? That's a clean looking book, dude. 9.2, Hector says. $8.5, Callan, you're hard. You'd be a hard grader. 9.4, baby. Off white to white. Steven, this is yours? I'm not even sure if it is or not. We got an X-Men 14. Oop, and an 8.0. I think some of these are Bento's books, actually. Like Captain America was Bento's book. Nice first appearance of the Sentinels. Another real oldie here, guys. This one here is Bento's, I believe. All Winners number 2 from 1941. It's got a bit of color touch on the cover, according to CGC. Wow, 4.0. Man, oh man, they are generous. Right there. Look at that. And one more. Gee whiz. One more. Here we go. I think this might be Steven. Is it yours too, Steven? I think it's Stevens. I think it's Stevens. I don't have the forms in front, but I'm pretty sure it is. That's probably yours. Look, I'm pretty sure it is yours, Steve. I can't believe that, your dad took such good. These are all books that Steven's father bought off the rack when they were released back in the 60s. And you've been following the show for any length of time. Steven's books, the X-Men 1 and the Avengers 1, I believe, and Fantastic Four 1. He had some great, great books and took very, very good care of them over the years. And so now, being graded, they're fabulous. And that, my friends, is it. Again, my friends, thanks for popping by. When you get a second, go on over and check out the website, www.thecomicdoctor.com. And where is it? There we go. And or comicdoctor.com. And we're going to be at the Toronto Comic Book Show this Sunday from 10 till 4. We're going to sit up in the foyer. I just talked to Rob, and apparently there's power there. So we're going to try to hook up a computer. So what I recommend, if you want your stuff to be pre-screened by us, then bring it, and then one of us will pre-screen them, and before you make your order, and then you can actually go over to the computer and you can submit your items right there and then, and you'll get an email immediately, and it'll make things, and you get 20% off. We'll make sure those numbers are working properly. And what else? But if you do know exactly what you want to do, if you know for sure you want to have your comics pressed and clean, and you don't have to put the grading through right now. You can just do the pressing. You can go and fill out a submission form for pressing only and just check out, and you can print out your form, bring it with you to the show, and drop your stuff off there. It'll make things a lot faster. And then you can go and enjoy the show, and you can go shopping, because the last show was bouncing. So I imagine this show will be as well. Guys, thanks so much for popping by. I may be back tomorrow with another 2 boxes, because I got many to go through. Don't forget to subscribe right here to the Comic Doctor YouTube channel. The more the merrier. And that's pretty much it, guys. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you again here very, very soon. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. I think that's it. Any more comments before I go? Kurt Collins, how are you? Many people have said that. Many have said that. And Robin says, not sure if it affects CGC PSA submissions, but U.S. Congress voted down the recent tariffs imposed on. It doesn't really affect comic books. Comic books have not been affected at all. When we send shipments down to CGC or PSA, I've never had an issue with tariffs. And again, we use a broker when the books are coming back. And when I ship down, we only ever use FedEx Priority. The longest it will take is 2 days. We'll use maybe that one, but generally speaking, we use next day. So if I drop off a box on a Wednesday, it's there. It's at CGC on the short of a storm or some kind of inclement weather. The stuff's there in less than 24 hours, and it never really gets held up at customs. And they know us. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. The customs people know who we are. It's funny. I don't know if I mentioned. I was at a party once, a couple of years back, at a Halloween party, and I was talking to somebody, and we got to talking. Well, where do you work? We do the Comic Doctor. We do this, and oh, what do you do? I work at FedEx Trade. That's a brokerage. Oh, and they go, who are you? And I said, he goes, oh my God, we clear your boxes all the time. A lot of boxes going through customs, but I tell you, having a customs broker makes all the difference in the world. You do pay for it. You got to pay every time a box comes through. You pay, but the stuff gets through properly, quickly, as long as CGC and PSA, provide the proper documentation, which they usually do. Once in a blue moon, they miss something, but generally speaking, they're pretty good. Stuff gets right through very quickly, so no problem there. Anyways, guys, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you very, very soon. Sathari Supreme, I'm going to talk to you right now if you don't mind, okay? Bye, guys. Have a great night. See ya.